Trauma isn't just a fleeting moment. It's a profound experience that can leave lasting imprints on both the mind and body. When we think of trauma, we often imagine it as a distant memory, something we can eventually forget. However, the reality is much more complex. Trauma can embed itself deep within us, affecting how we think, feel, and even how our bodies function. Here in this video, you'll discover how to reconnect with your body, regain control, and move towards healing with resilience and hope. Before we begin, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates. Let's get started. How trauma is more than just a memory. Trauma is often misunderstood as a mere recollection of a past event, but it's far more complex than that. When someone experiences trauma, it's not just a mental snapshot of what happened. Instead, trauma imprints itself deeply within both the mind and body, creating an intense emotional and physical experience that can persist long after the event has ended. The human brain and body are wired to survive. During a traumatic event, they go into survival mode, releasing stress hormones, heightening awareness, and preparing for immediate action. This response is crucial in the moment, but can have long-lasting effects. Even when the immediate threat is gone, the body and brain might not fully understand that the danger is past. This is why people who have experienced trauma often find themselves reacting to certain triggers as if they are still in the traumatic situation. The science behind how trauma stays in the body. Understanding the science behind trauma can help us appreciate why it has such a lasting impact on the body. When we encounter a traumatic event, our body's primary goal is survival. The brain triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which prepare the body to either fight, flee, or freeze. These hormones heighten our senses, increase our heart rate, and focus all our energy on dealing with the immediate threat. However, when trauma isn't fully processed, whether due to the intensity of the event or the lack of time and space to heal afterwards, the body remains in a heightened state of alertness. This chronic state of readiness can lead to long-term physical symptoms such as chronic pain, digestive issues, and even heart disease. The body becomes conditioned to expect danger, and the nervous system can become stuck in a loop, constantly preparing for a threat that no longer exists. Why does the body hold on to trauma? The body's tendency to hold on to trauma is a survival mechanism, albeit one that can become problematic. When the brain perceives a threat, it activates the fight or flight response, preparing the body to either confront or escape the danger. This response is beneficial in the moment, but when trauma is ongoing or particularly intense, the body can become stuck in this state of high alert. This stuck response is especially common in individuals who have experienced repeated or chronic trauma, such as abuse, neglect, or exposure to violence. In these cases, the body becomes conditioned to expect danger, and the nervous system remains in a state of hypervigilance. How trauma shows up in the body. Trauma can reveal itself in the body in various ways, often in forms that may seem unrelated to the initial event. Chronic pain is one of the most common physical manifestations of trauma. For example, someone who has experienced trauma may develop persistent pain in their neck, back, or shoulders. This pain is not just a physical ailment, but a manifestation of the body discreetly and silently holding on to tension and stress from the traumatic experience. Headaches and migraines are another common symptom. The tension and stress caused by unresolved trauma can lead to frequent headaches, making daily life difficult and further exacerbating the emotional toll of the trauma. Digestive issues such as irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, can also be linked to trauma, as the gut is highly sensitive to stress and emotional distress. The emotional weight of trauma. While the physical symptoms of trauma are often more visible, the emotional weight it carries can be just as significant, if not more so. Trauma can cause a wide range of emotional responses, from anxiety and depression to feelings of numbness and disconnection. These emotional reactions are not just psychological. They are deeply tied to the body's physical memory of the trauma. For example, have you ever experienced trauma where you felt a sudden wave of anxiety or fear in response to a seemingly harmless situation? This happens because your body has been conditioned to associate certain stimuli with the traumatic event. How to recognize trauma responses. One of the most challenging aspects of dealing with trauma is recognizing when your body is reacting to it. Trauma responses can become so ingrained that they feel like a normal part of daily life, making it difficult to identify when they are occurring. These responses often manifest as hypervigilance, avoidance, or emotional numbing, and can significantly impact a person's quality of life. Hypervigilance is when the body is constantly on high alert, scanning for potential threats. This can lead to anxiety, restlessness, and difficulty relaxing. For example, someone with hypervigilance might startle easily, have trouble sleeping, or feel uneasy in crowded places. The impact of trauma on mental health. Trauma doesn't just affect the body, it deeply impacts mental health as well. When someone experiences a traumatic event, the brain struggles to process the overwhelming emotions and stress associated with it. This can lead to the development of mental health conditions such as anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. The brain becomes hyper-focused on the trauma, making it difficult to move forward or find peace in everyday life. This constant mental replay of the traumatic event can cause intrusive thoughts, nightmares, and flashbacks, further trapping the person in a cycle of fear and distress. Moreover, trauma can alter the brain's chemistry, particularly in areas that regulate mood and stress responses. This can result in difficulty managing emotions, leading to mood swings, irritability, and feelings of hopelessness. People with unresolved trauma may find it hard to trust others, isolate themselves, or struggle with feelings of worthlessness. Understanding the connection between trauma and mental health is crucial for healing, as addressing these mental health challenges is a significant step toward recovery. How trauma affects relationships. Trauma can have a profound impact on personal relationships, often creating barriers to connection and intimacy. When someone has experienced trauma, they may find it challenging to trust others. Fearing vulnerability could lead to more pain or disappointment. This can manifest as emotional withdrawal, where the person distances themselves from loved ones to protect themselves from potential hurt. In some cases, individuals may become overly dependent on others, seeking constant reassurance and support to feel safe. Trauma can also lead to difficulties in communication. The person may struggle to express their feelings or may react defensively when others try to get close. This can create misunderstandings and conflicts, further straining relationships. Additionally, the emotional toll of trauma can cause feelings of inadequacy or unworthiness, leading the person to believe they don't deserve love or care. This mindset can prevent them from fully engaging in relationships, leaving them feeling isolated and alone. Recognizing and addressing these challenges is essential for rebuilding trust and fostering healthy, supportive relationships. The power of grounding techniques. Grounding techniques are powerful tools for managing trauma responses, as they help bring your mind and body back to the present moment. Trauma often causes the mind to become stuck in the past, reliving the traumatic event repeatedly. Grounding techniques interrupt this cycle by shifting your focus to the here and now, allowing your body to relax and your mind to regain control. One effective grounding technique is deep breathing. By focusing on your breath, you can calm your nervous system and reduce the intensity of the trauma response. Another technique is sensory grounding, which involves engaging your senses to bring yourself back to the present. This can be as simple as holding a textured object, listening to soothing music, or smelling a calming scent. The role of self-care in healing. Self-care is an essential part of the healing process for anyone dealing with trauma. After experiencing trauma, your body needs time and support to recover from the ongoing stress and tension it has been holding on to. This means making self-care a priority and recognizing that it's not just about pampering yourself, but about giving your body what it needs to heal. Sleep is one of the most critical aspects of self-care for trauma survivors. Trauma can disrupt sleep patterns, leading to insomnia or restless sleep, which in turn exacerbates the physical and emotional symptoms of trauma. Prioritizing good sleep hygiene, such as establishing a regular sleep schedule, creating a calming bedtime routine, and ensuring a comfortable sleep environment, can help restore your body's natural rhythms and promote healing. The importance of physical activity. Physical activity plays a crucial role in the healing process from trauma. When trauma is stored in the body, movement can help release the pent-up energy and tension associated with it. Engaging in regular exercise, whether it's walking, yoga, or dancing, allows the body to release endorphins, the body's natural mood boosters, which can counteract the stress hormones released during a trauma response. Additionally, movement can help reconnect you with your body, fostering a sense of control and empowerment. The role of social support. Social support is a vital component of trauma recovery. Trauma can be incredibly isolating, making it difficult to reach out to others for help. However, connecting with supportive friends, family, or community members can provide the emotional safety and understanding needed to begin the healing process. Sharing your experiences with someone who listens without judgment can help reduce the feelings of shame or guilt that often accompany trauma. Support groups, whether in person or online, can also offer a sense of community and validation, reminding you that you're not alone in your journey. If this video resonated with you, please give us a like. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or experiences. Let's keep the conversation going on how we can all move towards healing. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay informed, and check out our other videos to unlock your mind and master your power.